Yo, welcome back to my channel. This is the last Snow. You'll call me Snow for short. I appreciate everybody that has been tuning in to my channel. I know I haven't been on for the past couple of days is because I've been picking up overtime at my job. We've been having interviews. We've been short staffed, and I've just been trying to help out as much as possible in my job. So, I had to put this on pause. But you're gonna see me all weekend grinding on Fusion World, grinding on Sparkling Zero. But right now, what we're gonna be talking about is the set 4 leaks that just dropped this morning. Couldn't do it this morning because I was still at work. Um, every single card that's coming out for the next set. We are 3 weeks away as of today that set 4 comes out, and we're gonna talk about every single color, every single leader, and who's gonna be, in my opinion, which leader's gonna still be on the grind from the previous sets, and which leaders that's coming out now will be like top dog and be one of the meta decks that's gonna be like giving comp, and we'll be seeing a lot on tournaments and stuff like that. So if you're new to my channel, press that follow button, subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. So we got the card database of the Dragon Ball Fusion World booster, the booster pack Ultra Limit. So if you guys don't know, that's what set 4 is called. So it's Ultra Limit set 4. We have all the colors. So we're gonna start with we're gonna make it interesting. I gotta do it the way I want to do it because this is my stream, and I gotta do it the way that I want to do it. That's the only way it's gonna work. So we're gonna go with the color that I like, that I started playing Dragon Ball Fusion World, and that is yellow. Yellow is the first color that I started playing, and I stuck by for the first 3 sets. I changed to black well, the first 2 sets I was yellow. For set 3, I changed to black because black came out with one of my favorite characters, which is Bardock, and I stuck by it throughout the whole set. But yellow is one of my favorite colors to play. I tried red, I tried blue, and I tried green, but something about yellow just stuck to me. So we're gonna go with yellow first, right? So we're gonna go off with the first leader that's coming out for set 4 is the Majin Buu. 15 attack normally standard. One attack and draw a card and awakens regular at 4 or less. Then we're gonna flip the card around for the awakened side. So when attacking once per turn, draw a card. The regular, basic. Auto once per turn when your battle cards with Majin or Evil Wizard and its special traits, it's KO'd. Switch this card or up to 1 energy to active mode. So it's basically has the same effect as Piccolo. The only thing that it's only once per turn that you could draw, so you get to restand them, but you're not gonna draw a card again. And then I guess this card support is kind of toxic compared to Piccolo, because Piccolo came out and it didn't have like a really strong backbone to the deck, and a lot of people wasn't playing it. But for this card to have like once per turn, that means it could mean a lot of things. Maybe Bandai came out with a full support for this leader, maybe not. But this is the second Majin Buu we get, so maybe Majin Buu, the first support of set 3, actually helps this leader plus with the set 4. So this is the leader for yellow. Um, this is the alternate art Majin Buu. There's the standard front, and this is the standard back. So it has the nice illustration. I really like it. I could just imagine how he's gonna look when it glows. But definitely, he's gonna be a. For me, the effect sounds good because one, it has like the effect of the yellow Vegeta. Instead of 2 energies, you're actually getting one. But it's during your turn. It's not on my on. Well, it's not your turn. It says once per turn, so it's definitely not specifying it has to be on your turn. So if you know, there's cards in set 3 that comes out at that Majin Buu has that pops cards off the board. So I guess you could swing with the leader, right? Use the effect of I forgot the name, the extra card that pops the uh, card off the board to just get to draw 2 cards. So you could definitely do that, and then you can restand Majin Buu again to swing again. So I guess if it comes to the opponent's side, he could do it once per turn and restand again. Well, you're not gonna restand. What you're gonna do is gonna restand an energy. So that's the leader. Let's see what we got for the support. So the first card is Adessa. One drop, 5k attack, 5k combo, blocker. When KO'd on your opponent's turn, switch up to one of your energies to active mode. Okay, so the effect is good. The bad part about this card is one drop. So playing this against red, red has so many cards that connect this to zero, which is not even a KO. It just gets wiped off the board. Blue will bottom deck this. Black will pop this for sure, or with Pan, but I doubt you're gonna use Pan to bounce this back to the hand. Um, Fight for green, you could definitely use this because they'll probably, pop it off the board with with their one drops. But I don't feel like this card will be good because one drops are so easily to get eliminated off the board, and especially at 5k attack. So yeah, late game is fine, but early game it's not really, and it's an Earthling, so it's not even like support for any of the leaders that we have. So I'm not sure how this is gonna help out. Maybe this is for the next set, hopefully, because that's what they do. They drop cards for the next set, and we don't even know about it. They just drop random cards here and there, and then sooner or later in different sets, you start seeing that old cards that came out are actually support for the cards that's coming out now. So this card, not good. Next one is Shin, 3 drop, 20k attack, 10k combo. Another blocker. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with the battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So this is definitely a good card. One blocker. I guess they trying to help with the, like try to bring back the blockers. Cause set one, blockers is actually a thing now. Set two and three, blockers just ended up just not being a factor anymore. So I guess they're trying to bring the blocker situation back. But at 3 cost, there's a lot of colors that could actually just get this off the board easily. But it all depends on what matchups are you playing. Granted, is a blocker, so you can block one of the swings. And the good thing about it, it's on play. You can rest one of your opponent's battle cards, and it's not even specifying um, which level of battle card you're supposed to rest. Because I know we had cards like that. So like the 2-drop freeze that came out for set one could only rest the 2-drop or less, or the no, I would say the cooler, but the cooler pops 2 or less, but it rests anything off the board. So I feel like this is definitely a good card. Where would this fit? I feel like this could fit in the Vegeta deck. Um, because Vegeta is built on rest mode cards. The Majin Buu, not sure yet. We're gonna have to see the support that Majin Buu comes in with this set. Frieza, I feel like Frieza could do something better. Ginyu, definitely not. Cooler, definitely not. So yeah, next set. Next card. So this is from the new anime series. If you guys are not watching it, episode 3 just came out on Daima. King Goma is a 3-drop, 20k attack, 5k combo. On play is a self-awakener. Add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, and when attacking once per turn, switch this card to active mode. So you get 2 swings in 1 turn, which is not that bad, and it's a 3-drop. So for certain matchups, this could actually survive for more than 1 turn. I could definitely see this being played in most yellow decks, but it all depends on the support of the decks that we have now. So this is definitely a good card to get 2 swings, especially on a late game. Or if you're playing against green and you want to just continue being aggro, swinging like aggressively, this is definitely a good card to have in your deck. But that's if green is being played a lot. But if you're playing blue, this game bottom deck after the first turn if they have the right cards in their hand, because they got the sickle, they got the 4-drop, they got the Mai that levels this by 1. Then they could summon the Vegito, 3-drop to bottom deck this. So there's a lot of stuff that this might not survive more than 1 turn. It's good for a Self Awakener, but I'm not sure. But it's for Daima. So maybe next set we'll get another yellow. Maybe next set, the next yellow leader might be from Daima. But let's see. So this, I feel like this is definitely a good card because it's a Self Awakener, and you can swing more than once. Next card, the Cooler. So for the set one leader, Cooler, they finally came out with an extra support finally because they didn't come out with anything. Well, they did came out with support for Cooler, but it was actually Meta Cooler base. But this is actually the support for set one. So it's a 3 drop, 25k attack, 5k combo on play, added to one card from your life to your hand, which is definitely good because Cooler definitely needs that. On auto, once per turn, when one of your battle cards other than this card is switched to active mode by your Cooler Leader skill, draw a card. So this is definitely a good card for Cooler because one, Cooler is a crit leader, so they don't get to draw on swing. So having this to restand the card, um, well, but this is on the awakened side. The effect will actually happens on the awakened side, so you're already drawing. But this will actually help out because you'll be drawing basically an extra card for the simple fact that you'll be behind. Since you're a crit leader, you wasn't drawing at the beginning of the game. So this will actually help you out. And it's a 25k swing, so a lot of the leaders that we got is 20 swings, 20k swings. So this is definitely a good card to have in your deck. So Cooler looks like they're trying to bring Cooler back up. So it could be actually another deck to be played around with. Not saying it's gonna be like competitive wise, but it's a fun deck to play with right now. Right now, it's a fun deck to play with. Next up, the Bora. 3 drop, 25k attack, 10k combo vanilla. So you could definitely put this in the new and the old Majin Buu deck. Um, but maybe you'll have other cards that you can actually put besides this that actually blends in with the effect of both Majin Buus, which is set 3 Majin Buu has to be 2 or less to special summon on the end of their turn. This is actually 3 or less. So maybe people will probably play this just to have a full blown Wicked Soul, Majin Buu related deck. But I'm not seeing a lot of people actually playing this card. A lot of people don't like playing vanilla cards because they don't actually do anything. The 10k combo, yes, it definitely helps out, but besides that, what can you do with it? Next one is the Grand Supreme Kai, two cost, 20k attack, 10k combo, another vanilla. Um, this is Majin Buu before he became Majin Buu, basically. So this is definitely another vanilla that can actually be good. So I guess you most likely gonna end up playing the vanilla cards in the new Majin Buu. In the old Majin Buu, you're not gonna be playing this because it doesn't blend in with the effect of the leader. But for the new Majin Buu, most likely you're gonna be playing these. There's nothing wrong with having vanilla cards in your deck because 10k combos you need combos. We're already at a position of the game that you have to have combo power in order to survive any of the matches that you're gonna be in. So that's one thing that you gotta really think about when you're building your deck. So 2 drop, 20k, it's not that bad. 10k combo, early game swings, nothing wrong with that. You just gotta see how the format is for this set that's coming out, and see how this will function. Like, would this be the format that people's gonna start using the vanilla cards? Next up is the West Supreme Kai. This is a super combo. Not much you could really say. Offense 10k, defense 20k. So nothing new about that. The Babidi 3 drop, 5k attack, 5k combo on play. If your leader has Majin and his special traits, play up to one battle card with the cost of 3 or less and Majin and his special traits from your hand. Okay, so this only helps out the new Majin Buu because it's a full Majin. Because the set three Majin, it's Babidi first on one side, on the standard side, and then there's Majin Buu on the medium side. So you'll be um dealing with using this game late for the set three. So I guess this card is basically built for set two. I mean for the second Majin Buu. So when KO, if your opponent has six or more cards in their hand, your opponent discards one card in their hand. Okay, so now this becomes a real problem because you can actually start manipulating opponent's hands. The bad part about this, it says when on KO, so not combo, not anything. It's a 5k attack, which red could easily neg off the board, and it's not considered KO. Blue most likely is gonna end up bouncing this back, just to not you to have the effect. So, but what's good about this card is, maybe the Majin Buu leader has support that pops cards off the board. So like the extra card that we have already, you pop a body off the board and you draw two cards. This might be that card that's gonna be part of that like little combo. So you'll pop this to draw two, and then your opponent loses one on his hand. So this is definitely a good card to have in the new Majin Buu deck. I mean, yeah, the new Majin Buu deck. So how many will you run from this? I'll most likely probably run maxed out two. I won't really spend much on this because like three drop 5k attack and 5k combo, it's a real big problem because you have so many options you can actually put on a three drop in a three drop slot that this will get easily eliminated from being in the deck. So yeah, that you gotta be mindful about that as well. Another Majin Buu support. So it's BBD. One drop, 5k attack, 5k combo. Another 5k combo card. On play, look at the top. Look at the five cards from the top of your deck, then reveal up to one card with the cost of four or less Majin and its special traits and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in a random order. Okay, so it's a searcher, which definitely actually help out. But we already, the thing about this is we already have a Babidi from the last set. There's a two drop, 10k combo. I think it's a 5k attack, but it's already like to bring it's doing a search as well. So bringing another searcher card, I'm not sure where they're going with this, but I feel like you're not gonna play this card. Maybe two and max because you have the two drop because you need 10k. Like I said, you need combo power. You're gonna need combo power going into this set because set three was definitely built on combo power. So looking at this card, it's not helping you. It's helping you search, but it's not helping you like try to build. So I get where they're going with this, but I feel like this is not a card that's gonna be really used efficiency in most decks. Next card is the B. One drop, 5k attack, 5k combo blocker. One KO, choose up to one of the battle cards with Majin and special traits, and then it gets 5k power for the turn. Okay, this is one KO. So from what it looks like, Majin Buu is built on sacrificing your own cards. One, you want to have bodies on the board. That's one. Two, yes, you're manipulating your opponent's hand, um, boosting up your battle cards on the field. But what's bad about this is that you have a lot of 5k combos when it comes to building this new Majin Buu deck, even the old one. So it's like, how strong is this Majin Buu deck gonna be with no combo power? So because you're really sacrificing a lot of your 5Ks off the board, right? To use another card's effect. But then you're risking to using your hand. So now all these small bodies that you can have on the board is getting popped off the board, so you can use an effect of another card. So hopefully the cards that's actually using the effect of popping these cards actually good, because now you're losing cards out your hand. You're not losing cards out. You're gonna be using cards out your hand to combo out, because now all the small bodies that you have on your board, from the searchers, the low blockers, and everything else, are getting popped off the field. So it's like, and they're small bodies, like one drops, which easily gets eliminated. With them being so much 5Ks for the Majin Buu deck, I'm kind of curious on how extensive this deck is. Because right now, all the cards that we're looking at are beginning, like beginning stage of the game. I haven't seen the mids and I haven't seen the late games. So right now, it's looking kind of iffy for the beginning of the games, looking kind of slow. But I see that where they're going with this, with the build up. But I feel like the build up's a little bit too slow, especially if you're playing against red that's so aggro. By the time you get a big body on the board, you lost a lot of cards out your hand, and because you're gonna be comboing and stuff like that. So let's see. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. But that's not a card I'll play. Next up, Vegeta, 2 drop, 20k attack, 5k combo, another blocker. So it looks like the Majin Buu deck, both decks will be built on blockers because they have a lot of blockers, which is good because we need decks to come back with blockers. Honestly, blockers has been in the game since set one, and a lot of people's not using it. So starting to see blockers again is kind of interesting. When KO'd, if there is a Majin Buu in a leader area or battle area, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. Okay, so this is definitely good. This gives me the Kui vibes of set one. Once it pops, once it gets killed off the board, it could definitely, rest a battle card on your opponent's side. The bad part about this is a 2 drop. So going against blue, this is automatically getting bottom deck. And red with a 20k swing, it's not that bad. This is definitely a good card against every color but red. I mean, but blue, because blue will bottom deck this easily. But then this will fit perfectly in the new Majin Buu deck. In the set three Majin Buu, he will have to be awakened because, like I said, the standard side, he's not a Majin Buu. He's actually an evil wizard, which is Babidi. So this will be a late game. This is not a late game card to play, so I don't see people playing this card. Um, in the set three Majin Buu, I see people playing this in the set, and the new set that's coming out. All right, Vegeta, Blue Vegeta. I guess Blue Vegeta's getting its support. 5 drop, 35k attack, 0 combo, permanent on your opponent's turn. This gets 15,000 power. That is crazy. On my opponent's turn, I am at 50k. 5 drop, bro. That's gonna be so hard to get this card eliminated from the board. Red is gonna have to neg this so badly to neg 30 to just use the effect of certain cards of 25 plus 20 neg 25 to put this at 25 and do a lot of stuff. So this is definitely a good card for the blue Vegeta. um I'm happy that it got another support, but this is a game changer late game to summon this. And then at the end of your turn, tap 1 energy, choose up to 2 of your opponent's rest mode battle cards, and they can switch to active mode during your opponent's next turn. This is crazy because Vegeta restands 2 energies. You're gonna rest one. Um, no, it's not even. You could rest one and still restand 2, so you still will have the 2 energies up. So this is crazy. You lock in 2 bodies off your opponent's board, and then what? Your opponent can't do anything because they stay on rest mode, so they can't even use them for combo power or anything. This is definitely a good card. This is definitely a game changer. Yellow Vegeta was already a good deck, but I'm starting to see that they're trying to give Yellow image again, because Yellow has been kind of, not kind of, but basically fell off the map in the tiers of which are the top five competitive decks, and I feel like the yellow is not up there. And if there is a yellow deck, it will be the yellow Vegeta. But yeah. So this is definitely gonna help a lot, especially when the deck is already built on stabilizing your opponent's board. So this this is gonna have to be you're playing yellow Vegeta. This is have to be in your deck. You got to. There's no if buts ands about it. You just got to be mindful in the zero combos. You don't want to overflow your deck with zero combos because this is already a zero combo. Next card, another Majin Buu card. 3 drop, 20k attack, 10k combo. Okay, finally a 10k combo Majin Buu card. Activate on main once per turn. KO one of your battle cards. This card gets 15 power for the turn. This is what I'm talking about. That you're wiping a lot of cards. You're sacrificing to do a little build up on you doing power swings. So it's not like you using your energy markers, which is a good thing. But then at the same time, your small bodies need to stay on the board for at least one turn in order to use these guys' effects. When you're playing certain matchups, these small bodies won't be in the board for that long. So you got to be mindful of how you're gonna play these cards in order to use the effects like this, because this is a definitely a great effect. Once per turn to KO a small body off the board. Um, I forgot what card that we just finished seeing that you KO it, and I guess you get to search, or you get to draw a card. That's a plus, and then you get 15. So he'll be swinging at 35, 35k swing on anybody on the board. That's a double strike power swing. So 35 at turn 3. A lot of people's not summoning big bodies like that time. So you'll be wiping their boards. You'll be controlling the board if you have this on the board. So this is definitely a good card. And like I said, 10k combo. Can't go wrong with the 10k combo. Next one, Majin Buu, the evil version. 2 drop, 20k attack, 5k combo. On play, add up to one card from your life to your hand, which is good. Self Awakener. There's the second Self Awakener for the Majin Buu archetype. 1 KO, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. Okay, so hmm, so you could summon the other body, right? If he stays on the board, right? Turn 2, you swing with him. Self Awakener, you get a card. Turn 3, you summon the other Majin Buu that we just finished seeing. Activate the effect to pop this card. So now, if you don't want to attack your opponent's leader, so like that, he don't have to increase his hand size and be closer to awaken. Use the effect of the other Majin Buu to pop this card, to rest a card on the board, and to swing at that body instead of to his leader. So I see the little combo there. But like I said, you want to keep cards on the board. And the Majin Buu deck is really popping a lot of cards off the board, and that's not really good. So I guess you gotta swing with him first, and then use the effect of the other card. But the thing is, like, if you're playing against a deck that, like I said, blue. Right now, blue is the top color. They're gonna keep bouncing back the cards. If you're minimizing your board to one or two bodies on the board, you're gonna get your board wiped almost every single turn if blue feels like it. So I feel like this Majin Buu deck really has the potential to be strong. It's not aggro, but it's strong to build on combo power that you don't have to use cards off your hand or use energy markers or energy, period. But you're sacrificing your small bodies in order to build up a momentum to really hit hard at your opponent. But you're not gonna have bodies on the board. So I'm not sure how I feel where they're going with the Majin Buu. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it all depends on how you build the deck. Because right now, every set, we always have these conversations. Everybody, every YouTuber, Bandai itself, every tournament I've been to, everybody that you see talk about cards, they're always gonna tell you the negative. And then when the cards comes out, you know, they always end up swapping their opinions on, oh no, this card is definitely great. This deck is definitely great. Oh, now I understand how you're supposed to play this deck. So yeah. So right now, it's an okay card. Maybe it'll be a great card later, but we will have to see when the set drops and people start building their decks. Next up, Majin Buu Evil, another one. 3 drop, 20k attack, 10k combo, 1 KO, draw a card. Once per turn, KO up to one of your battle cards. So, yo, I honestly, I don't know where they're going with yellow with all this sacrificing bodies off the board. So I'm gonna have to see like thoroughly all these cards on play to see are you bringing the card because we have two cards that came out for set three, right? That once you get like the Majin Buu with the barrier and the promotional Majin Buu 2 drop 20k. If they get KO'd, you discard a card out your hand to bring them back in rest mode. But the thing is that you're sacrificing a card out your hand just to bring a body up the board, bring a body back to the board. So it's like, how am I supposed to feel about that? So now, okay, you could KO him, draw the card. So it's like a win-win situation because you're not losing anything if you're using the Majin Buu effect to discard a card out your hand to bring them back. But then when you KO this card from another effect, KO, and then you draw a card. But then at the same time, like if he gets KO'd by your opponent, granted you get to draw a card. But on your turn, he wants to KO a body off the board, which not understanding where this is going. So they kind of shifted on how they want to place yellow in the tier. So we're gonna have to see on the full set. Next one, Majin Buu Evil, another one. 3 drop, 25k attack, 5k combo. Activate on main once per turn. KO one of your opponent's battle cards. No, KO. I'm like hoping it says opponent's battle cards, but I definitely don't. It says KO one of your battle cards. Draw a card. Then if your opponent has 6 or more cards in their hand, your opponent discard 1 card from their hand. Okay, so this card is definitely good because you get to draw and they get to discard. So now you're controlling their hand size and trying to manipulate them to having a smaller hand size, especially at the beginning of the game when we're just building up hand size. Unless you have cantrips that you're trying to like feed off on. But this is definitely a good card. But like I said, is the concept of just keep popping over and over again your own cards to just get an effect going. Next up, another. Oh well, it's the same card. The alternate is the alternate art, alternate full art of the card, which is a beautiful card. You guys gotta see this in a hollow. So Majin Buu Kid, 5 drop, 35k attack, 0 combo, double strike. So Majin Buu gets his own double strike, which I'm happy for. We haven't seen a new double strike. Last double strike we saw was the yellow Vegeta from set 1. Not the yellow Vegeta, yellow Frieza from set 1. Haven't seen a double strike ever again. On play, play up to 1 battle card with the cost of 4 or less, and Majin or Evil Wizard in a special traits from your hand. So now this is what I'm talking about. This is where it gets interesting because now, yes, you're KOing bodies off the board, but this is actually helping you summon. So there will be a chain. So you can summon this to play a Majin Buu. Let's say you play the one that we just said just now. You summon that, KO a card, you draw, and I guess I think it's draw and then let me see. What was it again? Let's go back to it. So kill one of your opponent's draw a card, and then manipulate by discarding one card from your opponent's hand. So yeah, so there's a chain reaction to that. So this is definitely good that they got their own double strike, but this I feel like this is definitely a game changer for yellow for the Majin Buu. You could definitely use this card for both Majin Buu decks. Because both Majin Buu decks needs the support. But this, and you can summon an Evil Wizard. So I see a lot of support with this Majin Buu. Is actually helping out both decks. But I see more of the new Majin Buu actually getting the more support, and more out of the effects of the cards than the set three Majin Buu. The alternate art to it, which is a beautiful alternate art. I'm loving it. Fingers crossed. I play yellow. I'm still not. I'm still not grasping on which color I want to play. It's either black or yellow. Been playing yellow for two whole sets. Play black in set three because of the Bardock. So I'm gonna have to wait and see until I get my case. So for everybody that's tuning in and you guys are interested, 3 weeks away, November 15 is when the new set comes out. You can put the codes in. Hopefully, fingers crossed that they keep it that way. You can put the new codes in the game and in the client. And I will be doing a case opening that day. I'll be giving away codes for the game, set four codes if you guys need it, and hopefully I get the cards that I need so I can build my deck and go to tournaments and do what I gotta do and hit the regionals. And yeah, we just gonna have to wait and see how it goes. So if you guys are interested, November 15th, put it in your calendar. I will be doing a case opening that day. Next one, Majin Buu. Another Majin Buu kit, 3 drop, 30k swing, attack, 5k combo, permanent. This card can't be switched to active mode during your charge phase. Okay, so the only one that can actually get a benefit out of this, if we're going back to it, Frieza. Frieza gets a restand 2 at the end of the turn. You can restand his body, and now you know you got a 30k swing for your next turn, and your opponent can't even swing at him because he's not even on rest mode. But activate on main once per turn, KO one of your battle cards. If your leader has Majin in the special trait, switch this card to active mode. So another card that you have to pop one of your small bodies or anybody at this point to restand this card and get ready to load up again to swing again for 30k. Because on turn 3 to have a 30k body on the board already, that's going crazy. There's not going to be much bodies on the board for your opponent to restand, to protect, to block, to combo out. Because at turn 3, you're not summoning big bodies. This is a big body for turn 3. I'm not going to lie. And then to sacrifice a small body off the board, at turn 4, you can summon this. Summon a 1-drop first, use the effect of the 1-drop. Then summon this, swing. Then activate it again. And then if you want, you can swing again. He'll be on rest mode until next turn, but then you can swing twice if you want for the one turn with him. 30k swings on one turn goes crazy. Next one, Majin Buu, Pure Evil. 2-drop, 30k attack, 10k combo when attacking. At the end of the turn, at the end of the battle, KO this card. So this card is good for one swing and one swing only, but then at the same time, depending on the matchup that you're playing against, you could just have him sit on the board easily. 2-drop easily, just leave him there. Then if you want, summon the 3-drop barrier, Majin Buu, another card, swing with it, or just sit him there as well. But this card is definitely good. 10k combo, you're gonna need it. 30k swing, you're gonna need it. Especially if you're trying to get rid of these 25k swings that they got already on the board. Even in late games, 2-drop, you got 5-6 energies on the board. Summoning 2 to 3 of these guys, even though you're probably not gonna have that many of this in your deck, but 30k swing right now is a big factor, and that's not even comboing. They're gonna have to use 2 cards to combo out. They're gonna have to use a super combo or use an extra card that gives them the boost to out combo this card. So 30k swing, like I said, it's a big impact. So now I'm starting to see the Majin Buu cards, like the big picture of where they're going with this. So and if I'm not mistaken, the leader effect is if one of the Majin Buus get popped off the board, he gets a restand. You swing with your leader first, swing with this, he gets popped, restand that energy or restand your leader again, you're swinging again. So you're putting so much pressure mid to late game that you're gonna burn a lot of your opponent's cards out their hand, and that's what you want to go for. That's definitely good. Next card, Hercule, one drop, 5K attack, 5K combo, cantrip, just on play, draw a card. I guess this is the one drop for the support of the Majin Buu deck. So I guess they don't want you to use the Sorbet, but they can still use the I forgot his name. Is the support of the Majin Buu one drop. There's a cantrip as well. South Supreme Kai, two drop, 20K swing, 5K combo. When KO'd, opponent's turn, switch up one of your energy to active mode. So this is definitely a good card if you want to restand a lot of energies. And I guess um you could pop this card off of any of the Majin Buu effect, right? I'm trying to see how. See, you have to see the cards in person to actually see how this actually works. But I feel I see where they're going with this card to restand, especially on your opponent's turn. You could really just go use all your energies. If he gets popped off the board, well against blue he's getting bottom deck. He's only a two drop. But if he gets popped off the board, you can restand one of the energies and have a little bit more of a extra umph to protect yourself on direct swings to your leader. Excuse me, or to your battle cards to the point that if you want to have bodies on the board or try to like re- um, protect yourself from power swings on you going down to like two lives and make some of the double swings. This is definitely a good card to have in your deck. But like I said, it's the 5K combo that I'm actually having a problem with because the Majin Buu support definitely have a lot of 5K combos that you know combo power is not on the Majin Buu side, especially when you need it. Next up is an extra card, Blind Spot Absorption. There's a one drop, activate on battle, opponent's turn. Your cards that are in battle gets 20,000 power for the turn. That's definitely so. This will be one of the cards that you can actually use with the other card that we just finished reading, the South Kai. So you'll reach that energy to use this to protect yourself on another power swing. Also has a second effect that says activate battle, tap one, draw one, draw one card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So yeah, this is definitely good because now you're controlling the board. Either you take the 20K for the swing that they're about to hit you with, or draw a card, then rest one of your opponent's battle cards so they don't have to continue swinging multiple times in that turn. So this is definitely a good card to have. If I honestly, you're gonna have to put at least 3 to 4 of these cards in your deck. This is definitely a card that you want to have because you have to protect yourself, especially like I said, this deck is built on a lot of KOs, and you're gonna need bodies on the board. And even if you do have bodies on the board, you want to protect those bodies on the board. So 20K boost on your opponent's turn is definitely good. Or rest combo out of one of your opponent's swings, and then rest the next body that they have, so that you don't have to take another swing, but then draw a card with it. So definitely something that you'll actually put in your deck 3 to 4 of the copies. Humanity's Destruction, two drop, activate on main, choose all rest mode battle cards with the cost of two or less and KO them. So this is actually all right. Um, I don't see how if this would have been three or less, it would have been different. But two or less, I don't see that many cards that will actually stay on the board for this card to help. Probably one ofs to have in your deck. Um, when it comes to red, they only use negs cards and they don't really get rested, so it won't work on them. Blue, probably the peel offs, but it's on rest mode, so I don't see this card being good. If it would have been three or less, it would have been different because two or less, there's not that much bodies that will stay on the board at two or less, and in any color, because they'll be probably being swung on and everything else. But for a two cost, I don't feel like this is definitely a good card. Maybe in the future, this is actually gonna be good, but not right now. Unless this is to use on yourself to activate certain effects, to like draw extra cards, rest one of your opponent's battle cards, discard a card from your opponent's hand. Like I get that, but I feel like this is not something that you'll play more than one of. Unsealed Majin, 2 drop. Another extra card. Activate your main, KO one of your battle cards with Evil Wizard and his special traits. Play up to one battle card with the cost of 3 or less, and Majin and his special traits from your hand. So I guess any of your searchers that you have that we spoke about earlier, even from set 3, I guess use the effect, then play this. So you're basically summoning on curve 3 drop body on your on turn 2, which is definitely good. Depending on the certain matches that you're playing against. So there's definitely a good card to have. Um, but it all depends on how many of the evil wizards that you're actually playing. I say 2 most of that. Freeze a spaceship. So finally a card that's not for freeze for Majin Buu support. It's a field card, activate on main, switch this card to rest mode. If your leader has Frieza's army and his special traits, play up to one battle card with the cost of 2 or less, and Frieza's army and his special traits from your hand in rest mode. So 2 decks that this card is definitely going to be using this card, which be the Frieza deck and the Ginyu deck. Um, if I'm not mistaken, I think Cooler is not a Frieza army. I think it's a Frieza clan, so it won't be able to use this card. But the Ginyu to be a floodgate deck already, to actually have this on the field and to summon an extra body for free, basically each turn, or 2 or less, goes crazy. So definitely see this being played in the Ginyu deck, but that's gonna be a headache because now you're giving them access because you got the Ginyu that if you have a certain amount of Ginyu force on the board, Frieza's army on the board, you have to restand 2 energies, restand the 2 energies to summon this, then rest this to summon an extra body, or even if you already have 2 energies up, you could summon your 2 drop from the restanding of 2 energies of Ginyu, and then summon this with the extra 2 energies, and then put this on rest hold to summon another Frieza army card. I can see where they're going with this. So it's definitely a good card to have. Um, Not sure if you're gonna play 4 of these in the Ginyu deck, but I see the support. So alternate art, final explosion. This card is already out for set 3. It's definitely same for the Majin Buu. Both Majin Buu decks could use it. Any yellow deck could use this card. But this is, the support for the Majin Buu, which is activate main, choose all of your opponent's battle card with the cost of 3 or less, and switch them to rest mode. Then choose up to 2 of your opponent's rest mode battle cards for 4 or less and KO them. So this is definitely a game changer when this card came out for set 3. But there wasn't much of yellow support for yellow to compete for set 3, that I feel like when this card came out, it was definitely good because we didn't have a lot of destruction cards. We had a lot of like paralyzing off the board cards. So now to get destruction cards is actually good. So I see where this fits in the Majin Buu deck, like permanently to 3 to 4 ofs, because you're wiping board. You're resting everything. popping two and then just swinging that board. So you're not giving them cards from the energy, I mean from the life, and you're just gonna have them bird cards at their hand when you're swinging at them. So definitely a good art. I love the art. The art is beautiful. Next up, um, this is the last card, if I'm not mistaken, for yellow. We already spoke about this. I guess this is the promotional card that they're gonna be having. There's a full art gold King Goma from Diamond, the new anime series. Is definitely a good card. Like I said, is a self awakener. Um, and it's once per turn. Switch this card to active mode to swing again. 20k swings, so you can't go wrong with extra swing for the turn. Um, so I guess that should be it for the set of yellow. Let's see. For the set of yellow, yeah, that's the last card. So that's yellow for you guys. If you guys are interested in playing yellow, I will, me personally, I will be trying out yellow because yellow and black are my two colors that I like to play. The Majin Buu, the new Majin Buu cards, I'm definitely gonna be trying out. So definitely, if you guys are interested, that's all the yellow cards that already came out. But at the same time, look into the old set one, two, and three cards, yellow cards, to see what you want to put into the deck as well. I feel like it still needs support from the previous sets because playing all full of set four only, you're not gonna go far. You're gonna hit a lot of bricks. You're gonna hit a lot of turns that you're not gonna be able to do anything, and those are the turns that you really need to do something to tip the scales in the battle. So that's definitely it for yellow. So if you guys like yellow, I suggest you guys play yellow. But we definitely have other colors we gotta talk about. Um, yeah.